Hello everyone, how's everyone today? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, I think I found out what our problem was trying to get our harvester to run on Courseplay. It's not in Courseplay, and it wasn't my problem, it was the harvester. We were running the John Deere X9, and it just wasn't finding its starting point. So I bought this class, and the first time I set it up, it started running correctly. So there we go. Anyway, we've got this field of sorghum that we're going to harvest, and I think it's like 50% fertilized, and I don't know, maybe a 65% yield bonus. It's not very good, but it doesn't have a bunch of weeds in it. So anyway, we're gonna let this guy harvest. In the Courseplay that we had on FS22, we could set it up so that there was a lands mode, whereas if it got full and needed to be emptied, it would back up and cut in where we could get in there with our grain cart. I don't know if it's going to do this because there's no land mode on this, but I don't know if it's just built into the intelligence of the programming. I don't know, and I can't answer. But we're going to find out. So anyway, we're going to let this guy make this corner down here. See how he does there. They always make me nervous whenever they get close to the lakes or creeks or rivers or yeah, you just never know what to expect. So, but it looks like he's got this under control. I mean, yes. All right, well, we can't ask for any better than that. He made that just fine. So anyway, we're going to let him continue, and we're going to go get our grain cart, and I'll be right back with you. All right, well, he didn't get loaded before he got around here, and I could run alongside him. So I guess maybe that X9, John Deere X9, I guess it needs an update or something, so that it'll run with Courseplay. That was the last draw. I mean, I done everything I knew to do. I even updated Courseplay and everything, and yeah, it just would not work. The harvester would just get out there in the field and turn circles, couldn't find the first waypoint. So I thought, well, okay, I'm not a class guy, but we'll see. We'll get a different harvester and find out if that's the problem. And yes, it was. So the harvester is running on Courseplay. We're running the grain cart, and it looks like everything is working real good. So yeah, that's just amazing But I am sure glad we got it figured out, because we've got a bunch of fields here. They're irregular shaped fields. And whenever I say irregular, they're normal shaped fields. Fields don't come in perfect squares and perfect rectangles. I know that. But to use AI workers to get something done, they don't do irregular shaped fields very well. So it takes, Courseplay or some other means to get it done. So, or you go around and manually do the headland passes, and then you have to go through and clean up after them. So, but anyway, we've got this going, and we're going to get this field harvested. That's just the way it is. So we're coming up on a telephone pole, so I'm going to have to pull out and let him go. One thing that I can do is I could run alongside him down here for a little ways to make sure he's empty, so that he can get all the way around the field again, or at least up there to that top where I can get to him. So that may be what I'll do. So we'll let him make the corner down here, and I'll just empty him out, and we'll be good to go. All right. Now let's see if he's going to switch his lanes, make sure he does that correctly. I don't know why he wouldn't, but you never know. Let's see. Well, is he going to switch lanes? I guess he is. Yes, he is. Good deal. And working like a charm. Exactly like it's supposed to. All right. Well, we'll get him emptied out, and that way he'll be able to, continue on around the field until I can get to it. Well, I can get to him anyway, because this is the second pass. So I really didn't need to do this. Yep. All right, well, we're going to get on with it. We're going to let him go ahead and continue harvesting, and I'll get back with you in a moment. All right, well, we are coming up on the end of the second headland pass, and I think I told him to make 3 headland passes, if I'm not mistaken. So he should do just like he did off that one headland pass. We're going to stop and let him make this corner. He should go down there, and what he should do is run to the end of that row and then cut in just like he did a while ago. Now, one thing that I never was really satisfied with, and that's the way they leave bits on the corners. And I think I've got this set for a sharp turn. But it doesn't look like it's helping much. But anyway, let's see what he's going to do here. And yes, he's going into his other lane, or his other row, for the third headland pass. Fantastic. Working like a charm. That's exactly the way he's supposed to be operating. But yeah, never did I, the thought never even occurred to me that the problem that we were having with the harvester not being able to find his waypoint, it never occurred to me that it could actually be the harvester. It just never dawned on me that could be. I don't know why not, because it's a mod too. So, and it could be there's an update on it. I don't know. I haven't went and checked. But anyway, we weren't doing anything wrong, and I thought I was doing things wrong, but I couldn't figure out why I was doing things wrong on the harvester, but I could get everything else to work. But that's the way it goes. I just completely overlooked the fact that it could have been the harvester itself. But anyway, we're getting it done now. This is his last headland pass, and whenever he gets this headland pass done, then he'll start on his up and down rows, or we've got it set to do them automatic, whichever way he wants to go. Is it long ways, crossways, whatever it is, we've got it set that he'll do it automatically. So we'll just let him get on with it. Okay, while he's going on around in this row, we want to jump out here because there's something that I explained to you the other day about the chopped straw mod giving us 50%. And we had this talk about sorghum. Well, if you look here, we have no fertilizer, 0% fertilizer, and that is because that harvester is just taking the top off of that crop, and he's leaving the straw standing. Well, that chopped straw mod only works with the harvester. So we're going to have to come in here and mulch this field, which you'd have to do anyway, whether it took the straw or it didn't. You've got to mulch it, and that will take it down. But it's not going to add your first stage of fertilizer. It's not going to do it. This has been the thing that I can't understand. I mean, I understand that so far. Then we'll have to come in and we'll have to put the first stage of fertilizer on it. Well, you would think by watching that planter on my last video where I showed you the cultivator was cultivating it before it put any seed or fertilizer on it, you would think that that planter would give it its second stage of fertilizer as it's planting, because it's cultivating first and changing the ground texture, then it's putting seed and fertilizer in the ground. But it will not do it. It will not do it. We'll have to come in here and manually cultivate this field before we plant it, in order for the planter to put the second stage of fertilizer down. Now, I think that's something that Giants or somebody's going to have to work out, because it used to work on FS19, but on FS22 it don't work that way. You have to come in after. If you have to manually put the first stage of fertilizer down, then you have to come in and cultivate it. Even though you're using a direct drill planter, you still have to cultivate it before you do it. And that's been the thing, like I said, that I could never understand, is why is that happening? But it's probably just something that needs to be corrected in the programming, and they'll get it straightened out sooner or later. But until then, if we want 100% fertilizer, that's what we're going to have to do. So anyway, we're going to let this guy continue. I'll get back with you in a moment. All right, we're coming up on where he's going to start doing his up and down rows or across rows. So I think we're going to stop and let him make this corner. And we're just going to get out of his way, because we don't know which way he's going to turn and what kind of dance he's going to do out there in order to do what he needs to do. I know he's got to finish that row up to where he cut in last time, and then he should do something different. So let's jump over and let's watch him, and let's see what he's going to do. Because right off the top of my head, I don't know. One thing about it, he does. Now, where are you going to go now, bud? All right. He's got some kind of plan started. We'll see. You know, it is an amazing mod. Very, very handy tool. Especially whenever you're farming by yourself. You've got to have help. And this is about the best helping hand tool that I think they've ever created. But that's just my opinion. But when they get it to where you can have multiple tools in the same field, you talk about getting the job done pretty quick. You can have, well, you know, I don't know. In FS19, you could have 8 harvesters in the same field. You could. Good luck keeping up with all of them, but you could have them. Now let's see, what is he doing now? Okay, he's starting his up and down rows, and I see. I wasn't sure if he was going to go up and down or across. I just did not remember what he was going to do. But now I see we're going to go across, or up and down. So anyway, we'll let him get a little farther ahead. I'll get back with you. All right. Well, we are getting across this field for sure. Everything is working real good. The up and down rows are coming along very nice. Couldn't ask for anything better. It's working just like it's supposed to. So we're going to let him go ahead and continue harvesting. I think we're going to probably get this field done before dark. It gets dark around here, somewhere around, well, it gets real dark around 19:30, something like that. But I think we'll be done way before then. But anyway, it sure is nice to see the Courseplay mod working the way it's supposed to. And the Courseplay mod, there wasn't anything wrong with that. It was the harvester itself. And like I said, it's very possible that that harvester has had an update or something. I don't know, and I need to go check. But I'm sure that if it hasn't had an update, then it will have. But anyway, I think we're probably going to go through a little bit of a time lapse here, and we're going to try to get the rest of this field harvested. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we are just about to get this field harvested, and Courseplay has not missed a beat. It has run exceptionally well. There's been no problems whatsoever, and like I said, I will go back and check and see if there is an update on that John Deere X9 harvester. If anybody else is having this problem and they're beating their head against the wall trying to figure out Courseplay, you might want to change implements. And that holds true on anything, not just harvesters. If you're trying to get a particular tractor to do something on Courseplay, and you just cannot seem to make it work, and you think you're doing something wrong. Well, before you give up, change tractors. You know, it could be that, just like in this particular case, maybe that particular tractor or that particular implement, maybe it needs an update. So, anyway, I think we're getting close to calling this a video. I sure do appreciate everyone for being here and watching. I appreciate all the likes, the comments. I appreciate all my subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. I do this so that people can enjoy it. So anyway, as for me, the Dirt Road Farmer, until tomorrow, as always, thank you for watching.